everyone, you may have seen my recent-ish flip through of Shooting Star, which the lovely Frances sent to me as a gift. And of course I've been desperate to do a page from it for you. I've been having a look through and I found a page quite near the back, which I thought was slightly, this one here, slightly Christmassy, slightly wintry, which I thought might be a nice one to do. Gosh, it looks a bit faded in my bright lights, but here we have our mousse with the candles. Now I need someone to help me. What is this mousse with the candles? What is that tradition? I assume that it's something Swedish that maybe I should know about, but I don't. So tell me if you know. I've been looking it up. I've looked it up for hours and I cannot find anything. Right, so we're going to start with the trees. I think they're quite simple. I am going to come in a lot closer though, so you get a better light. We've got, oops, a little tree here, and I'm going to start there. I'm using Polychromos. I just fancied using those. Now, what colour should we do trees? Well, I think I will start with a little base of phthalo green and go from there. So Polychromos pencils, phthalo green, go. Now, I'm going to just try to fill in like a sort of background, I suppose, first, and then put some sort of strands of fir on there, or pine. I don't know the difference. Not a big tree person, but anyway. So this is quite pale and very bluish, but I'm happy with that colour to start with. So I'm going to sort of put it down completely in this area as a base, and we'll do the same on the other bit of tree. And then we'll mix it up a bit with some darker colours. Now, yeah, I've been looking up Mr. Mousse. I know mousse are held in high acclaim. I mean, he could also, I also looked up elk because I think they're the same thing, but they have different names, I think, I mean, we don't get them in the UK. I've never seen one in a zoo or anything. I just don't know much about them. Seen them on TV, of course, but no, nothing. So I really, really, really want to know what this candles on the antlers is all about. But we're going to do the same with the bit of tree on this side. I shall pop out a bit so we can see the whole thing. There we go. But you know what I'm doing. It's just a base. Now the background of this page, there's a lot of background, isn't there? Now, I've had all these thoughts about what to do with it, and I should share them with you while I'm just idly colouring green. I did think, wow, wouldn't the Aurora Borealis look amazing in the background there? Well, I'm sure it would. I have attempted to colour the Aurora Borealis before on a colouring page. When I say attempted, I really do just mean attempted. It was just looked like I'd scribbled in the sky. It was not, I don't know what happened. It just looked awful. But, and you know, I'm not being down on myself. I just didn't like it at all. It just didn't look like the Aurora Borealis, sorry, Northern Lights. Can't say the words. It's actually supposed to be visible tonight. In the UK. Don't look out tonight, any UK people, because I'm recording this way in advance, so it probably isn't available. The only unfortunate thing is absolutely pouring with rain today, and it's supposed to continue, you know, all night. So if it does appear, it'll be behind the clouds and we won't see it. Although people saw it last night, or this early hours of this morning, it looked amazing. But unfortunately, we didn't see it. But never mind. One day I'll see it. I have seen a bit of a green glow once in the sky. And one day I'll see it. My son was going, go to Iceland. I was like, no, we just go to Scotland. They see it quite often enough up there. Rather than going to Iceland where, you know, it's a bit more expensive and difficult to get to. And it's a lot colder. Anyway, you can see it in Scotland in the summer. Anyways, there we go. There's my base. Just nothing too Amazing, exotic, difficult, just a bit of a base. Now I'm going to grab the dark phthalo green. Okay, I'm going to give it a sharpen. I just use my Staedtler Norris for these. If I'm using a softer pencil like a Derwent Chroma Flow or a Prismacolor, I use my Tegel. But this is what I'm using here. And now I want to start drawing on the strands of our tree. Now this colour is quite similar to the one I've already put down, so they might not be very visible at the moment. I don't mind. I'm just building and layering, so it's absolutely fine. Think about how long you want them to be. Looking at what's drawn on the page already by Maria, and sort of follow that. Now I'm in two minds. I don't know whether to make where she's drawn, I could make that like the end of a branch and then put some shadow under it. Or I could just make it like a big cluster of spines. Spines? Is that the right word? No, it's not. I can't, what are they called? Anyway, I'll think of it in a minute. So I think I'm going with the big bushy pile of needles. Got there. Needles, that's it. Words, they aren't coming today. No, words don't want to join me. They're not going to join in the party. Oh, sorry. I'm laughing. I've got a tummy ache today, so I'm a bit hysterical. No, I don't know why. It's very odd. But anyway, I've taken something for it. Hopefully it'll go away soon. I'm sure it's nothing. It's just a upset tummy ache, you know. Ugh. So it's probably a bit of IBS, to be honest. But it's fine. I'll be fine. Have it loads. Doesn't matter. It's not going to stop my joy and fun in colouring and stop me making videos, that's for sure. I've got a lot planned for over the next few months, so I've got to get to it, and it's great and I'm really enjoying it. It's yeah, I sort of plan that I want to have a holiday over Christmas. I know I've said this before, but I want to have a little, you know, I have a few days off, and therefore I need to get ahead and get a lot of things done, and that's absolutely fine. I'm not complaining at all. We'll do this one as well. I'm not going to zoom in because it's just the same. It's just lines, except I'm probably covering it with my hand. Let's try and go, no, I don't know. I'll try and go that way. Maybe you can see that way. Anyway. I'm going to sharpen that again, actually. It's better to have it a bit sharper. In fact, I'm going to put my book underneath my pencil tin. There we go. And then I've got a flatter surface to work on. Yeah, I am going to have I definitely always have a few days off over Christmas for family get-togethers and things like that. Christmas Day I usually take off. I've got my anniversary, got my 25th wedding anniversary on the 23rd of December. I know. And so I've got that to do. I mean, we have got a few plans, I'm just grabbing my next colour. I'm going to go for the Chrome Oxide Green Fiery. I don't know how I managed to roll my R then. I'm rubbish at doing that. Chrome Oxide Green Fire. I certainly couldn't speak Welsh. They do it all the time. Anyway, and Spanish, don't they? Yes, so I'll take my anniversary. We've got some plans. Yeah, we're going to go to, there's a lovely little place nearish to us. Maybe 10-20 minutes drive. Not really sure. And I think I explained this before, I have a little yurt with an open fire. The table's all laid out with pretty bunches of Christmassy flowers, and we can go and have a drink, and the children are going to come. Children, you know, 20-year-old grown-up children, they're going to come with us, and because I've told them they can have a hot chocolate and a cake, I mean, you know, why wouldn't you? And I just think it'll be a lovely little trip, and there's a farm shop, so we can go and see if there are any nice goodies to buy as well. So, you know, I just think it's going to be a lovely little thing to do. Memorable. I'll get one of the children or both of them to take our picture standing in front of the fire. You know, I just think it's going to be cute. And yeah, so that's the plan for the anniversary. We're also going to have a family get together with my family. We haven't set the date yet, so there's that. And my mum has her family Christmas party. I think she has set the date for that, but I haven't written it down, so I need to check that with her and put it on my calendar. So that's another day. I don't have to go to that one, and there's a chance I may not. Depends on a few factors, but we'll see. Then I suspect husband's family is going to want to do something. I'm going to discuss that with father-in-law on Monday. He's coming to visit us on Monday, so I'm going to chat to him about that. Whether he wants to come over to us, it might be a little bit easier. So we'll see. Now I'm going to grab the hooker's green next. Now we're layering and layering up in different darknesses of green. At the moment it's looking too pale and sort of weird in my eyes, but as we start to get some of these darker colours on top, it will start to look better, I think. And we've still got quite a few layers to go. Now you can use this technique for hair and fur. I've used it for hair before and got a really nice, gosh, it sounds very big-headed, a pleasing result with some hair in a Hannah Carlson book. Yeah, so it's an interesting technique, and it's easy. It's not like you've got to do difficult shading or anything. You're just staying within the lines and doing little lines with different colours. That's looking better. I'm just going to hold that page down. So yeah, there's going to be a few days off here and there. Christmas Day I always take off. I usually do some colouring, but just something that I'm really enjoying rather than videoing anything. Not that I don't enjoy what I video, of course I do. But you know, I just pick something without a thought as to what I might use it for, or whether it's going on my socials or anything like that. I just have some fun, but I'm not sure what we're doing on the actual day, so that we'll see. I might not get a chance if we're out, but I'm trying not to be out really. I like going out. I'd love to be away for Christmas. I'd absolutely love to hire a little cottage or house and just be away from home, but no one else likes that idea. So also it's a bit we can't book anything up at the moment. We're sort of, yeah, as I say, because nobody knows what they're doing. And also husband's got waiting for some medical appointments, nothing nasty. So we just got to wait. It's a bit annoying. Actually, I am as well, to be fair. Now, again, nothing serious, but you know, you just got to like, oh. I mean, you can change appointments, of course, but when you've had to wait as long as we've had to wait for ours, our waiting list can be quite long here in the UK. You don't want to have to change it because, yeah, tricky. But it's fine. Another year, it will happen in a different year. If everyone was keen to do it, we would just say, yeah, let's just go for it. But they're not. So, you know, my husband hates travelling around Christmas anyway. This is deep cobalt green. You know, it's always really busy on the roads, especially once the school holidays start. Everyone starts travelling everywhere, and it's just, I'm sure it's the same in every country. Because people are going to see family or going away or whatever they're doing. It's just like, why do you all have to travel at the same time? Go home. So, yeah. So you can use this technique for Christmas trees, but it's quite difficult when you've got lots of Christmas tree ornaments that you're colouring around. It's really nice doing it on a tree that isn't decorated, which obviously we're outside in this scene. I'm just trying to fill up some of those little gaps along the edge by just doing a bit of sneaky colouring. Yeah, so it's quite nice just having an undecorated sort of Christmas tree type item to colour. I know it's a bit early to be thinking about, well, I don't know. I'm recording this on the 12th of November. I think it's Wednesday. She's going slightly batty. On the 12th, and I've seen quite a lot of Christmas pictures already done, going up on socials and things, so people are already getting in the mood for it. So I'm slowly doing it. This has been my 3rd Christmas picture already, so you know, getting there. And yeah, everything has to happen a little bit early because I record it in advance, so oh, excuse me. So that is, but it's fine. I do like a bit of Christmas colouring. And I found all sorts of little things to do with you. I haven't come up with an Advent idea yet at all, so I'm not sure whether there's going to be something like that going on or not, or whether it'll just be all sorts of a mishmash. Last year I tried Advent giveaways and I had a little giveaway on my Ko-fi every day. This year I haven't been organised enough to think about anything like that, so there's nothing like that. So I think I either need to sharpen my pencil. Oh, I know what it is. Hang about. I'm just going to slip Hannah's Christmas book underneath. That's my problem. I've got nothing to lean. That's better, because I wasn't leaning on anything. I was just colouring on fresh air. It doesn't give you a good pencil stroke. There we go. That's so much better. There. Next I'm going to go for the pine green. We might be coming towards the end of this. You can stop whenever you're ready. You don't have to keep layering and layering. Oh, snap. And obviously our paper is only going to take a certain amount of layers and then it's going to give up. But we're still all right at the minute. Let's just hold that still. Yeah, still managing to get colour down. But it's because we're not putting a thick layer down, and we're only doing little strokes, so we're not covering every bit of the paper. So you can get more layers down. There we go. And this side. Yeah, by the time this video goes out, I probably would have my Christmas decorations up. We leave our fairy lights up all year round, but we haven't put them on very much yet. But they sort of go around the curtain rails and across the mantel shelf. And we have some in the kitchen as well. And we just put them on when we feel like it, or when we have guests and things like that. So they just stay all the time, which is rather nice. Although the set we had in the front room got sucked up by the Hoover, unfortunately, and it ripped all the cable, and the brushes on the Hoover ripped all the cable. So I had to throw those away. So I haven't got any on that side of the room. But I've got some battery powered ones, but they always feel so wasteful somehow. The batteries go so quickly, so I'm not sure. We'll see what we do, and get all those put up at some point. My mum usually gets hers up before the end of November. She likes them up when it's my niece's birthday get together, but I think that's later on in December. It's not, sometimes we do it at the beginning, but it's a bit later on, sort of 12th or something, I think it was. So that's okay. Now this is a slightly different tone of green, and I think it looks nice. There's a sort of variety of tones, but I am going to make that my last colour. You can keep on building and building, but I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 colours is quite a lot, and we've taken 20 minutes just to do the tree. Right, we're going to do the candle flames next. I know it's a bit odd just to do the flames I don't know what colour to do the candles themselves, because I don't know what this is, what tradition it is and how it's supposed to look. So I'm a little bit, I'm just going to go for something. This is the dark cadmium orange. It's going to be my darkest candle colour. And I'm going to put a little bit at the top and then fade it down a bit, each little flame. So you get a little flame lesson now. You can do red. Sometimes I do red, but we haven't got much space here with this flame. I did red in the picture I did the other day with candles, which wasn't a video, from yeah, the book that's under here. Oops, this book. I can show you it. I'm just not my pencil sharpener. Sorry about the clatter. Where is it? Here we go. There are the candles. So they've got a bit more red at the top of the flame. St. Lucia. Yeah, I wanted to practice something in the book before I did a video. I don't know why, when I haven't done that in this book, but I just wanted to, and I found out about her, and I think this is the orange. No, this is the cadmium orange. I'm going to go over what I've done and then continue the colour down a bit. I think she, although in a lot of the pictures she has 6 candles on a crown, I got the idea from some things that I read that you light 1 candle each Sunday of Advent, and there's 4. But this year there's only 3 Sundays in December before Christmas, and I think Advent started on the 1st of December. But I could be very wrong because I don't know much about these traditions or anything like that. This is the dark chrome yellow. I'm just going to sharpen it. Now, I really know very little about these, any Christmas things apart from what I celebrate. And our family don't do it always in the same way as everyone else, you know. So some households have, like some households hang up a pillowcase rather than a stocking, some hang up an actual sock, some hang up a bought stocking, some don't hang them up. We actually leave them beside the bed rather than hanging them up. Some people dark cadmium yellow for the last bit. Some people go to church, some people go to a candlelight service, others go to the midnight mass, some go to the Christmas Day service. A lot of people don't go to church at all. I used to go to carol services when I was younger, which would be nice. Or I was in them when I was in a choir. I would do carols. That was nice. Yes, so there are lots of different, slightly different traditions. Now, around each of these candles, we've got a little glowy haze drawn in. So I'm going to do that in the the light chrome yellow. Just this sort of light emitting from the candle. So, and then, you know, families have different meals that they eat. Turkey is very much a traditional Christmas lunch, but some people eat venison, or goose is another sort of traditional one. Some people just like, we often have chicken. Then there are certain TV shows that some people watch, but not everyone. So, you know, there's that sort of thing where there is variation. And often with stockings, as you get older, you don't do them. But now some of these go beyond the area of the, so they go over the candle itself. I think I'm going to colour that, actually. Not too hard, and I'm hoping that then when I colour the candle, it will look a bit lighter which I think is what that glowy bit is supposed to be telling us. We'll see how that pans out. Now, going to do the candles in red. I think red looks nice and Christmassy. And because I don't know whether they should be or not, that's what I'm doing. Like with St. Lucia Deep Scarlet Red that I showed you, I looked up pictures of her and children dressed as her and things like that. And I could see that they were wearing a white dress and white, the candles were white. So that helped me a lot. I'm going to sharpen this a bit more. I want to try to make the candles a little bit darker on the outside edges by just layering up a little bit more. Now here we're sort of through the glow. It looks a bit orangey, but I think that's okay. But no, I haven't managed to find this little chap, so I think a bit of red is quite nice. And she might, I don't know what she's going to wear. She needs to match. I don't know who she is. I assume she's just part of the story in the book. Feels like there's a story somehow, but I don't know. Sometimes Maria's books, there's little characters and things. And because she illustrates children's books, it does have that feel to it, I think. But it's not as basic as, say, her Christmas book or some other books. So that's nice. I reckon her Christmas book is aimed at being for children as well as adults, or she decided to go along the cosy colouring type theme. I'm not sure. But then some people have said the same about Johanna's new book, but I don't think she has. I think it's just what she's chosen to do this time, to do it a bit simpler. And that's okay with me. There we go. Now, how are we doing for time? 27 minutes. I think I might finish there, and then we've got our mousse to do. Oops, let's just move that up so you can see it a little bit better. We've got our mousse to do, of course, and I've got to think about what I'm doing with that background. It's not going to be a Northern Lights. That's for sure. But there might be something interesting. It won't just be black. It's not going to be like a night sky. It'll be something a little bit more interesting, but I'll have a little think about that. But for today, that is me. So thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day and happy colouring.